if you're a developer, you know the feeling. You get this brilliant idea for an AI app, right? The kind you know could be a real game changer. But then, reality hits. There's this huge, massive gap between that initial spark and actually having a prototype people can click on. Well, today, we're going to look at a tool that's designed to just completely erase that gap. So let's get into it.
See, before you get to write even a single line of the cool, innovative AI code, you have to pay this hidden tax. It's often called the AI application tax. And no, it's not about money, it's about your time. It's all the setup, the boilerplate, the scaffolding that has absolutely nothing to do with your actual idea, but you have to do it just to get off the ground.
No, seriously, think about it for a second. You get that amazing idea on Monday morning. What does the rest of your week actually look like? You're probably not spending it fine-tuning prompts or dreaming up some revolutionary new feature. Nope, you're wrestling with infrastructure, right? You're just fighting with config files.
And that wrestling match, it looks a lot like this checklist right here. Before you even think about your AI logic, you're setting up not one but two different databases. You got Postgres for your user data, MongoDB for everything else. Then you've got to build out a backend API with something like Nest.js, spin up a front end with Next.js, deal with user authentication, which is always fun, and then set up Redis for caching so it's not slow. And this is all before you even start thinking about putting it all in Docker to deploy it. Every single one of these is a major task, and altogether, well, that's the tax.
But what if there was another way? I mean, what if we could just skip all that? What if we could take a page from the world of web development, a model that's worked for 20 years, and just apply it to AI? Well, that's the big idea we're diving into. And this, right here, is the core promise of Agentbase. The goal is to do for AI what WordPress did for websites. Provide this super powerful, open-source foundation that just handles all the messy, complex stuff for you. So you can focus on building your thing, not on all the plumbing. It's a pretty compelling idea.
So how does it actually do that? Well, Agentbase isn't just one piece of the puzzle. It's the whole puzzle already put together. It bundles the databases, the backend, the front end, everything into one system that just works. It means you get to take that entire painful checklist we just looked at and just throw it away.
Okay, this is where it gets really good. I mean, promising to save time is one thing, but actually showing you is something else entirely. Let's see how this idea of going from days of setup down to just a few minutes actually plays out.
And this just says it all. I mean, look at the difference. On the left, you've got the old way, that long, painful process of researching, installing, configuring, connecting. It can easily burn a week. On the right, you have the Agentbase way. It's just a radical simplification. That whole complex mess is boiled down to 5 commands.
And here they are. These aren't fake. You clone the repo, copy the environment file, and then run the magic docker compose up command. That one line spins up all your databases and your backend. Then you just install your dependencies and run the dev server. That's it. In like a few minutes, your entire development environment, all of it is just up and running. Now I know what every experienced developer watching this is thinking right now. Okay, what's the catch, right? This is fast, but am I now locked into some rigid system? And you know what? That's a fair question. But the answer here is no. Agentbase is designed to be a launchpad, not a cage. Flexibility is one of its core features.
And the main way it does this is with a plugin system that's going to feel really familiar if you've ever used WordPress. It's all about hooks, actions, and filters that let you inject your own code without ever touching the core platform. So you can add, say, a new payment system or change how data is processed, all while keeping your project clean and easy to update.
The other huge piece of this flexibility puzzle is on the AI side. You are not, and I repeat, not locked into a single AI provider. And let me tell you, that is a total game changer. It means you can start with one model and then just seamlessly switch to another one without having to rewrite your whole application. And look, you get support for all the major players right out of the box. You've got access to the top models from OpenAI, from Anthropic, from Google Gemini. You just plug in your API keys and Agentbase takes care of the rest. This gives you a massive advantage because you can experiment. Imagine using a fast, cheap model like Claude HiQ for simple tasks, and then switching to a powerhouse like GPT-4o for heavy-duty reasoning, all in the same app. You get to optimize for both cost and performance.
So it's fast and it's flexible. But here's the big question. Can you actually build a real business on it? Is it just a toy for prototyping? Because let's be honest, a prototype is only useful if it can actually grow into a real, production-ready app.
And the answer is a resounding yes. Agentbase is absolutely built on a production-grade stack. I mean, look at this. It uses Docker with secure multi-stage builds. It's got an Nginx reverse proxy included, which is best practice for handling security, SSL, and traffic. It even comes with scripts for automated database backups and support for S3 storage. These are not the features of a simple toy. This is real infrastructure, built for the real world.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. What does all of this actually mean for you, the developer, with that next great idea? What does this kind of speed really unlock?
At the end of the day, what this all boils down to is a fundamental shift in the timeline of innovation. By getting that application tax completely out of your way, Agentbase lets you take an idea that might have taken weeks to validate and turn it into a real, tangible, testable prototype in just a matter of hours or maybe a single weekend.
And that leaves us with one final thought. With the barrier to entry now this low, what's really stopping you? If you could take that idea that's been bouncing around in your head and build a real, working version of it this weekend, what would you build? That's the question Agentbase really wants you to ask yourself.